What's going on, guys? Gonna be playing some Pokemon Showdown today in the RU tier, and using this team I made around Suicune. I used Raikou and Entei most recently. I was thinking about both of them because they came out in Pokemon Go, and Suicune actually just came out in the Dynamax thing or something or other. So I was thinking about all the legendary dogs and figured because I haven't used Suicune yet, it's time to use it. Suicune, compared to Entei and Raikou, is a little bit different. They're more offensively oriented. I think they have maybe 115 special attack for Raikou and then 115 attack for Entei. Suicune has 115 defenses, and then it's got the 100 HP stat, so it's not as offensively oriented as, that was hard to say, as the others. But if you are familiar with Suicune, if you've fought against this thing in the past, you know this thing is a monster with Calm Mind and Pressure and Sub, Protect, could go Roar, could go with a coverage move. This thing is a demon. So I'm pretty excited to try it out. Haven't tested the team out, so we'll see how it goes together. Let's go over the team real quick and then we'll hop into the games. Basically, if you haven't seen Calm Mind Suicune before, kind of revolves around its ability Pressure and also just its natural kind of insane bulk. With Pressure, if this Pokemon is the target of a foe's move, the move loses 1 additional PP. Mainly with attacking moves, if your opponent is using, attacks on Suicune and say we're behind a sub, we can pressure stall out their attacking moves. So eventually they're not going to be able to do damage to us. And that would give Suicune other ways to beat Pokemon that it usually wouldn't be able to beat. Because with Mono Scald, you have Pokemon that are like completely immune to water because of their abilities, or that really resist it, and it'll take a long time for us to beat them with Scald. But with Pressure, we can prevent them from doing any damage to us altogether because they'll run out of PP on their attacks. So Sub also protects us from knockoff, so we won't have our leftovers removed, and protects us from status. Calm Mind pairs pretty well with Scald. Obviously boosts our special attack and boosts our special defense, but Scald has the chance to burn, which would make us be able to take physical hits better. Obviously, we always want to be behind a sub, but Scald with a chance to burn would make it so we can still take the physical hits better, weaken physical attackers' power, and then Calm Mind again boosts our special attack and special defense. And the last slot, we're going with Protect. Kind of wanting to just go with the most annoying set as possible, but also it is just what's recommended. But with leftovers, you can get some extra recovery with Protect. It sounded pretty fun to try this set out just as it is. And Terra Dark, it said, was for Psychic Noise, which I was thinking could be pretty annoying. So Psychic Noise is a sound move, which would mean it would go through our subs, which is something you'd have to worry about. Again, like Noivern has Infiltrator and that's something, but something like Slowbro has Psychic Noise and that would go through our sub, and then Psychic Noise makes it so we can't be healed. So I think it turns off our leftovers, but with Terra Dark, we can immune the Psychic moves. So sounded pretty good. There's probably other things that's good for, but I'm not super familiar with everything. But I wanted to pair Suicune with another physical wall or something to take physical hits, so we're not having to depend on Suicune for that. And also we don't want to get hit by knockoffs, so Chestnut's pretty good for that. I used this guy pretty recently, but it's pretty fun and figured it'd be fun to try it again. So we just have standard Spikes, Chestnut, then we have Body Press for our fighting move, Knockoff instead of a grass move to remove items, and then Synthesis for recovery. Not going with any speed to outspeed Bisharp because I don't know if Bisharp's run 0 speed, so I just took all those EVs that was recommended and put them into defense and a little bit in special defense. Then Bulletproof is pretty useful against certain Pokemon like Gengar and other Pokemon. I'm not 100% sure what all moves we immune, but Bulletproof gives us some immunities to attacks. Rocky Helmet again to chip guys down, and if we're trying to be like a knockoff Absorber, it's pretty nice to switch into this. And then Terra Ghost to be able to spin block. Also, I don't know if it's a good thing, but I was thinking Terra Ghost in a Gengar could be decent because we're immune to their Shadow Ball, and then we resist their Sludge Wave, and I think we're immune to Focus Blast. Obviously we would be after we Terra, but yeah, I'm not sure what other things Terra Ghost is nice for. Then I wanted something, I was kind of scared of Mamoswine and also wanted the ground immunity, and also was like Fire, Water, Grass core seemed kind of cool, and I saw Rotom Heat, so using this guy because seemed decent into Mamoswine. We're not weak to we're immune to its ground move, we resist its ice move, we don't want to get knocked off, but I mean we're gonna be able to hit it really hard, so if they want to stay in and knock off, we'll be able to hit with an Overheat. But also this thing's just pretty scary. We can Nasty Plot to boost our special attack, Overheat like I said, Volt Switch to be able to pivot and get some momentum. We have some nice things to switch into, and then Pain Split for some recovery. I'm not sure how good this thing will be. It is in PU, not in RU, but it does have a recommended set in RU. And then Terra Steel is to be able to immune like poison, and of course lose our weaknesses as a fire type, weakness to stealth rocks if we get knocked off. Then we got Cyclizar. We want some hazard control since our only recovery on Suicune is leftover, so want to get rid of hazards if possible. So we have Assault Vest Cyclizar, standard Cyclizar. Not sure what the point of these EVs are in HP and special defense, but I'm pretty sure it's to maximize their special bulk, then just the max amount of speed. Then you got Draco to drop a strong attack if possible, or the strongest attack we could for being a more support Pokemon. Knock off to remove items, Rapid Spin of course, and then U-turn to pivot. With the Regenerator, we have some nice recovery, and then Terra Fairy to give us a nice defensive typing. And Cyclizar plus Jirachi are kind of like our special tanks or special switch-ins. Suicune can take on special attackers. It could pretty much take on almost anything in the right situation for it, but Cyclizar and Jirachi will be nice to be able to take special hits. And I've been wanting to use Jirachi. This thing can switch into Dracos, which seemed kind of nice. We actually have a Dragon Resist. We don't have Wish. We don't have recovery on this besides leftovers, but I kind of liked this set. It is again what was recommended, but we have a Rocker with Jirachi, and then we also have some speed control kind of, because we can have a pretty high chance to paralyze things with Body Slam. So that was the idea. And then with Iron Head, we have like our most spammable attack, and it is really annoying with Body Slam plus Iron Head. And then Encore can shut things down completely or lock things into moves that aren't going to do anything to us. We have a pretty good typing to like immune or resist things, or locking our opponent just into status moves. And then we have Terra Water to give us ourselves better defensive typing or lose some of our weaknesses. Serene Grace gives moves with secondary effects. It doubles their secondary effects. So Body Slam and Iron Head, I'm not 100% sure if it's literally just 60%, but we have a higher chance to get these to flinch and then to paralyze. And the last guy, I wanted this strong special attacker, and it was also something that was recommended to use with Suicune. And the vibes of this team just kind of reminds me of like older Showdown teams that I remember seeing, I don't know, in Sun and Moon or X and Y. So it sounded fun to use Gengar, and we're going with a Choice Specs Gengar. I was thinking Air Balloon or Scarf could be nice too, but with Specs, we have a pretty strong attacker for the team, which we don't have otherwise. We do have a more of an offensive sweeper than Suicune in Rotom, but then Suicune is more of a bulkier sweeper. But Gengar can like fire off some strong hits right away, and we have two pivots who could pivot into Gengar. I'm not sure if they're the best pivots, if everything has the most synergy, but this guy seemed pretty fun and pretty scary if we're able to get it in and fire off some attacks. Of course, it has lots of things that can switch into it and immune its stuff, so that could be something we get punished with, which is maybe Air Balloon to be better. But we also have Trick to give our opponent and cripple something, give something that doesn't want choice specs. But otherwise, Shadow Ball's very strong. Ghost Stab. Sludge Wave isn't a bullet move. I think Sludge Bomb is a bullet move, so it's immune by Chestnut, but Sludge Wave isn't, and it's a little stronger. And then Focus Blast. Of course, we have to hit it, but it's probably the best coverage move to go with our Ghost and Poison Stab. Then I'm going with Terra Fighting, because then we do resist Dark too. Otherwise, maybe Terra Ghost, but Terra Fighting sounded kind of fun. And then of course we're grounded Gengar now. We don't have Levitate, but Cursed Body could come up, but it's our only ability. So that's the team. Hopefully everything can kind of work well together, and we can get the Suicune to be really annoying. And yeah, let's hop into the games. All right, to get into our first one here, and they have a Crawdont who I was kind of thinking about using, but I didn't want it to outshine Suicune, to be honest. I was like, this thing's gonna do more than Suicune, but we have Chestnut thankfully for it. Then they have their own Gengar, quite a few scary things and bulky things, the Goodra and the Hippowdon. It'd be kind of fun to lead with our Gengar, but we're not Scarfed, so we'd have a bad matchup into, excuse me, their Gengar or maybe their Talonflame. But it'd be kind of fun to lead with it. Or maybe we lead with a pivot. I don't know if this guy carries a rock move, so we could like Nasty Plot on it. Didn't seem too bad. Maybe lead Rotom and just go for the Volt Switch. Alright, they're leading Gengar. We don't see an item, so they could be Scarfed or Specs probably, is what I'm thinking. Or they could be Sashed. I've actually run into some of those too. Well, safest thing is probably Cyclizar, right? So let's do that. They Sludge Wave. Okay, so they're choice specs, right? Based on that. Cyclizar. Do that set. Yeah. All right, cool. And do we kill them with knockoff? No. But we can U-turn. All right, Hippowdon. They have helmet? No. All right, good. Now we can go into our own Gengar, but I don't think we kill them. If we were Terra Ghost, we'd maybe be able to. I don't know if they have a... we were Terra Ghost. Let's just see out of curiosity. Maybe that'd be a reason to go Terra Ghost. No. Do they have a normal type? They don't. It would have been kind of cool, but that's all right. Let's go... This thing also could have Whirlwinds, which would be a little annoying for our Suicune. Do I just go Chestnut and start getting up spikes? That seems fine. They have Talonflame for hazard control, but we have Rotom. So I'm just going to click spikes. This guy's grounded. A good amount of their team is grounded. So, and this thing has leftovers. This thing has specs. These things, this has leftovers. This has the damage boosting item. So they're going to want to defog. That's for sure. Do I throw off a knockoff? Sure. Ugh, I didn't want to do this in case this happened and then we get burned, but all right, thankfully we don't get burned. All right, then we'll go Rotom. Since we resist their stuff, we can't be burned. And now I'm just gonna Volt Switch. If they go into this, as long as they don't have a rock move, I think I'm just gonna Nasty Plot. All right, Goodra. Now, because we're able to actually get like a safer switch in, I kind of want to go Suicune. We will take rocks, but Sand's going to end. We'll take rocks and sand, but Sand's going to end. So, won't be too bad. We can sub up a couple times while they drop their special attack. Or we don't have to worry about that at all, and we'll just Calm Mind and win. So, I think we're going to probably get Whirlwinded out. I don't know if we'll one-shot this thing, but... And I don't think Protect stops Whirlwind. So we're just going to click Scald. All right, Terra Water, Whirlwind. All right, so we get a little weakened. We're going to... Ooh! And we get a burn, though. So we're going to want to Rapid Spin so then we can, like, get better recovery. Should I just go right into Cyclizar? Or are they going to keep spamming? Gengar without a Terra. Oh, Hippowdon could be dead right now. How dead to Earthquake are we, though? They're burned. It looks like we're not dead anymore. 80%? Okay, we're probably dead. I don't want them to keep Whirlwinding, and also this thing is annoying for Suicune, so... I'm just going to click Shadow Ball. Okay. 37? Or 30 to 47? Okay. And the Dragon Tailing is also a little annoying. I think let's go Jirachi. Draco Meteor, they miss. I mean, we do resist that. And now we're going to get up Stealth Rocks. So this thing's going to die. Especially if... I don't know how much Sand Chip does, but... And we actually don't die to their Shadow Ball. I was looking at the calc earlier. I think... Or is it... Do we need prior damage? They need a little bit of damage in order to KO us here. Oh, no, we're just dead. Cyclizar. We already saw how much it takes from Sludge Wave. If they go for a Focus Blast, that wouldn't be good, but then we get into our own Gengar. I mean, if we're not able to Rapid Spin, I don't think it's actually the worst thing. So... Now we can go into Gengar and go for Shadow Balls ourselves. And we know they're locked in. I don't think Crawdaunt can take this. We have Chestnut. I was talking about Rapid Spinning, but I think it's okay, maybe? I mean, we forced them to Terra, so maybe... I don't know, not Tunnel Visioning on the Suicune. Maybe we don't even need Suicune to do its thing. But this guy's dead. And then Crawdaunt, we need Chestnut for. If Salamence comes out, I think we just hit it. Crawdaunt's gonna do a lot of damage, but I think we'll be okay. Fully invested in defense. Nice, and the Aqua Jet. And I think Suicune actually could kind of deal with. Are they? Oh, they're not Life Orb. So they're maybe Choice Banded. Okay. I was going to say maybe Suicune could deal with this if they're Life Orb, but... Do I get up more spikes or go for another knockoff? Maybe Synthesis? So that we can switch into this again? I'm scared of their Gengar coming out right now. I think I'm just gonna Synthesis. Because if they go into Talonflame, I don't want to get burned. And if they go for a Defog, that also gets rid of hazards for Suicune. And now we can Volt Switch. They have no immunity. Okay, Hippowdon comes in. And we do a lot. I can go Chestnut and click Spikes. Or we go Jirachi and click Stealth Rock even. I want to go Suicune though. If I go Gengar and Shadow Ball... Scared of this Chestnut. I mean, just going Gengar is probably alright, right? And we just Shadow Ball. I don't think Crawdaunt could really take that. And this way we threaten Salamence. I guess they could go back in a Talonflame. They probably have a flying move. Probably have Brave Bird. Okay, but yeah, Salamence comes out. Is this guy Scarfed? I think we still just Shadow Ball. Cool. Earthquake. And they were Intimidate. Okay. And now we can go... Rotom and Volt Switch? Does Salamence get Roost? I don't think it does anymore, does it? Bulky Dragon Dance? Oh shoot, it does get Roost. Alright, our Gengar did how much to them? We did 71. Okay, they could be this set. Alright, let's go Rotom. And how much does Rotom's thing do? We don't do that much. I'm gonna click Nasty Plot. Alright, they outraged. Well, kind of wish I went for the Volt Switch, but we're here. I'm gonna go Jirachi. I don't know if this is a mistake or not. I think we'll be able to finish them off. Thankfully, they don't get the 2-turn outrage. And I don't think Iron Head kills, so... Do I click Stealth Rocks? Is that greedy? I'm gonna click Stealth Rocks. Alright. And now they're confused and they can kill us with Earthquake. I think maybe now I click Iron Head just in case they go into Gengar. Nah, I don't think they would. I'm click Body Slam. Because we don't have anything faster than this Talonflame now. We still have our Terra, which could make it so like Suicune resists their Shadow Ball or their Dark move. I should have probably went for Volt Switch with, I don't know, I was just a little scared of them. Oh wow, let's go Jirachi. And we get the Para. Alright, Iron Head. Okay. Now Salamence isn't as much of a threat, or isn't a threat. I think we want to keep... I think we sack Rotom to whatever comes out now. And then see what they go for. Because Chestnut can immune stuff from Gengar. Actually, Chestnut plus Jirachi immunes like everything from Gengar. And then Suicune, if we can get it in Calm Mind. But this Crawdon's going to do quite a bit. Like Suicune to Crawdon. If they're, I think they're choice banded. It's pretty bad. But we can Terra Dark. And I guess they were not the bulky one. I should have maybe known that because we did 71. So they're probably the offensive one. Yeah. Okay. Sack Rotom. I think this is better for us. Shadow Ball. All right, Gengar. How much do you do to Suicune? Gengar. Our Gengar, Terra Dark. Shadow Ball doesn't do very much. So I'm a Terra Dark. Sub. 23. Cool. Protect. I almost clicked sub again. Calm Mind. They might not break it. And then if after a Calm Mind, I think we might 2-hit KO Crawdon. And then Gengar won't be able to do much to us. Then go for Focus Blast, but we should be able to kill it with a Scald. Let's go. And now do I Protect again? Or Calm Mind again? Then we Calm Mind again. And click sub. Doesn't matter if they spit F drop us. We just want to be behind the sub. And then I think we start Scalding. At +2 to... We do 77 and 90. So their thing is dead. Crawdont should be dead after Stealth Rocks. Salamence. Well, we can just sub on that. 28. All right, and Salamence is dead, so Suicune should win it. Nice. Okay, it did come down to well, with the decisions I made, Suicune is going to be able to, I think, close it out. Where's that Salamence? I did panic. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. That was a pretty good first one. Let's see if we can get Suicune to do something in this one. This one doesn't seem too bad for it. We will need some boosts. What is our speed tier? We're the same speed as this. We could wall the Goodra if we're able to get it in and sub on it. Fortress probably won't be able to break our sub with anything. Spiritomb. This guy actually could have Infiltrator. And then these two guys could be faster and stuff, but with enough boosts, I think we could even beat the Raikou, and then this thing we could just threaten it with Scald Burns. Just going for a sub and then just kind of throwing off Scalds could be pretty good. Maybe not even sweeping. But they seem to have like a more of an offensive something team. Leading Rotom doesn't seem bad, although this guy could be like Scarfed or whatever too. But I still think I like Rotom. Let's see what they do. All right. We should be able to take any hit. Just because we're max HP. So I think we just go for Volt Switch. And let's check the calc and see if they're choice banded based on that. And I think I'm gonna go right to Suicune. Choice banded Zapdos? Question mark. 11 to 13. They did 13. If they were choice banded, they would do more, right? Okay, cool. So they're Scarfed. Good to know. Probably. So we'll go Suicune and click sub. And if they don't hard switch, yeah, we're going to be able to throw off some Scalds safely behind the sub. I don't think we go for Calm Mind yet, just because of like this thing or this thing. So yeah, we can just Scald and maybe burn something. Protect does work. Infiltrator doesn't go through Protect, but they also have leftovers. But I think it'd be fine to see what they have, so let's Protect. All right, Will-O-Wisp. All right, Hex, Will-O-Wisp. Maybe. We could go into Rotom. They could also be physical though. Or special. Physical. They could, I don't know. This thing also gets toxic, doesn't it? Spiritomb. You get toxic? It does get toxic. I think most commonly they're special. They could be like Hex or something. So, I mean, I'm tempted to go this just so then we can't be burned. Then we can pivot again. So, all right. Cool. And if I just Volt Switch... Sure, let's just Volt Switch. If they stay in, what do we do? Okay, they're physical. Get a little bit of chip. And they have Sucker Punch, which is good to know. So we won't want to go like hard Gengar. Poltergeist, right, would be their stronger move. I think we could let Cyclizar get burned and knock them off. Maybe. They probably have Pain Split too. Okay, in comes Fortress. And now I think I just U-turn into Suicune again. I mean, we could go Rotom or like trying to get up our own hazards. Or even Gengar. What if we go Gengar? I don't think Gengar kills them, does it? And if I go Suicune, click sub. We'll go Suicune again. I think it's kind of safe. Okay, they go for Volt Switch first. Okay. All right, all right. And now we will go... We can't paralyze electric types, right? So we can't paralyze this with Jirachi. This thing, actually, if it gets sitting up, could be a big problem. I think I want to go Cyclizar. Hopefully they just don't have, like, some coverage move for us. All right, we're just stuck in the Volt turning, pivoting thing. All right, I know you're Scarfed, sir. Close combat or U-turn. We could go Chestnut and hope they don't click Brave Bird. A little risky, but I really don't think they Brave Bird here. All right, good. And now we will click Spikes, because I think Fortress won't be able to really rapid spin. Wait, do we need Spikes? Yeah, Spikes seems all right. Because all these things are grounded. I don't know if this thing has anything for Gengar, but I'm gonna go into it. I don't think... Oh wait, Gyro Ball. Okay. All right, we're not dead. They didn't Gyro Ball. Shit. How much would the Gyro Ball have done? Fortress. Oh, Gyro Ball doesn't kill. Okay, good. And they don't have a normal type. All right, good. Shadow Ball. All right. And they don't have... so this is Assault Vest, right? Although that took quite a bit. I think we did like 30% to the other one. All right, let's go Jirachi. Do they just Dragon Tail? Oh, Flamethrower. Well, I'm gonna get up rocks. We're gonna die. And then we're gonna go Suicune. I mean, we could go Cyclizar or Rotom. Suicune seems fun. And click sub. Let's see what they do. I don't know if we needed... I think it's fine that we lost Jirachi. All right. And now this we're going to protect on. Is they... Cool. So they're probably choiced. We can protect. Terra Grass. Cool. Well, that's pretty nice. So we can go Cyclizar and Rapid Spin, or just U-turn back into Gengar maybe. We're taking damage on this though. I could also click Calm Mind, expecting them to maybe switch. I don't know if they've done that yet. Have they? Last time we were in with this, no, they just kept going for the Will-O-Wisp. But would they switch this time, expecting us to switch into one of our several grass switch-ins, since the rest of our team resists grass? Damn it, they didn't. All right. I wonder how much we'd take if we Terra Dark. I mean, this guy's scarfed. What is Raikou? Does it go Specs? Raikou. I thought for sure we had him there. Calm Minds. Dang it. All right, let's see. Raikou, say they are Specs. Would Terra Grass. Give him Terra Blast. Staring down our Suicune. But now we're +1. With Terra Dark, we would not take that much. All right, I'm gonna Protect. And sure, we'll Terra Dark. It says Terra Blast, it will break our thing, but won't be that bad. Wait a second, so I didn't think this through. We only have Scald. Also, they can switch into this. If they switch into Spiritomb, would we kill Spiritomb now? Spiritomb. Offensive at +1. Dang it, we don't kill it. They could just burn us too. Well, I don't think I should have done this because we probably wouldn't have been able to take that thing on, but that shouldn't kill us. So this is pretty good. We'll still have enough HP to sub, protect. Nice. And that thing being gone is nice. So they can't spin block now unless they Terra. I think no reason not to protect. Honestly, I think they maybe just should have stayed in with Suicune, or maybe if they switched into Zapdos, but maybe they were scared of the Scald. But I didn't think through hitting a beating a grass type with Scald. I was like, oh, they're an electric type, but they're not. Well, this should die to Scald, so I think we just Scald. Oh, and it's a speed tie, and we win it, so that works. Or maybe they were adamant or something. But this guy can just U-turn. We'll get some recovery though real quick. And if they're U-turning, I think we're Calm Minding. I clicked sub. Well, actually that works too. I didn't mean click sub, but that works just as well. I don't think this thing can break our our sub. All right. All right, we're making friends today. Here we go. Here we go. Suicune has been phenomenal so far and actually looks really good against their team too. Potentially outspeeding everything besides these two. Speed tie with Cleavor. And then Gardevoir could be scarfed, but we can Scout. We also have Jirachi. That's pretty nice versus it. I mean, the Gyarados can get pretty scary if it gets boosting and we don't get a burn. Also, switching into Suicune on Entei doesn't sound very great. Cyclizar actually can take a Sacred Fire and we could like knock off their Choice Band, so I'm not taking as much from them. But Cyclizar doesn't seem like a good lead. What do they lead with? One of Cleavor or Mienshao, probably, to pivot or hit hard, get up hazards. Jirachi doesn't seem too bad versus them. But getting knocked off doesn't seem great. You know what? Let's just lead Rotom again. It's been great so far. All right. Well, we'll go Chestnut. Let them hit themselves a little bit. Get up spikes. Cool. I guess I could knock off first if we're like especially scared of something coming in and setting up, like Gary. But oh yeah, Gary, unless it has Terra Blast, Terra Flight, Terra Flying, Chestnut beats it anyways, so I'm gonna click spikes. All right. They trace our bulletproof. Is it like Calm Mind and stuff? I wish I could scout. I could go Rotom. I think Jirachi's just better. They're probably just gonna trick if they're expecting this, but okay, cool. Well, that's good. Now I wish I had a U-turn, but I think instead we'll click Stealth Rocks, maybe. Or double. I mean, I think they're locked into that. But I don't really have a great mid-ground. I mean, Cyclizar. If I go Stealth Rocks, and then they go Fortress, and then I go Gengar, I think they would definitely Gyro Ball. But, alright. Heavy Duty Boots on Entei, okay. Terra Water on this seems interesting. Terra Water on this seems very interesting, but it is for the Gardevoir. Without a choice band, this thing isn't as scary, but they're not like locked into stuff. I wish I had Healing Wish. Healing Wish could keep could heal Suicune of a burn. Rotom they have Stone Edge for. If I go Cyclizar, I could knock them off and then go Gengar. Cyclizar doesn't seem amazing. I don't know if I don't know. I'd rather keep Suicune like super healthy. So, all right. And I'm just gonna knock them off. And then we'll go Gengar, and hopefully Gengar can kill them. And if we get rid of their item too, then they are... All right. Well, now they're weak to fighting, so we could go Gengar and kill them with that. You know, 70% of the time. I think. Entei. Terra Normal. Yeah, they're dead. Oh yeah. Nice. Cool. So we gave up our spinner for that, but they didn't seem particularly good. Somebody scarfed here and be able to threaten it with something. This thing is probably scarfed. They could go for the trick. They would have to go for the psychic move now to hit it super effectively. I think we're still going Jirachi. It's like not good versus anything besides this. Oh, they have Shadow Ball. Doesn't even 2 a KO. I wonder how much it would do to Suicune. That didn't do very much. They've got to be scarfed, right? Gardevoir to Jirachi. Shadow Ball. Yeah, that seems right. All right, to Suicune. Oh yeah, that does nothing. Nice. All right, Suicune's in. We're gonna click sub. I don't care if they rapid spin because we're gonna call Mind and then hopefully win. I think. I guess we will need a burn Gyarados, but we're gonna burn it. Why wouldn't we burn it? It's been things have been going fantastic for Suicune so far, so. Our sub took some damage. In comes Cleaver. Gonna protect. I don't think he's gonna Swords Dance or anything. Oh, he's gonna Trailblaze. Well, let's just win the speed tie. Sweet. All right. And Gardevoir's not gonna break our sub. This guy could Swords Dance too, right? Or, I mean, we're almost full health, so I should just Scald, right? Get the burn chance. No burn. They went for knock. I think it's fine if we get knocked now, though. I guess I could protect a scout to see if they're locked in. But yeah, I think we just want to Scald. And then we're going to Scald on Gyarados, Scald on Gardevoir. And Suicune should, like, make it so we can clean up. We still have our Terra, I think. We don't take that much. Is it a good decision to Scald, try and burn Gyarados? Seems like a fine decision to protect on this. See what they go for. Psychic? I think that's fine. Now we just want to burn them before they get boosted too much. No problem. And no Lumberry. Sweet. All right, Suicune wins it again. That might not have been the best decision. Gyarados could have gotten pretty scary, but I mean, we burned them, so it worked out. All right, we got another one. Suicune could be pretty good. This Terrakion is faster than us, but it's scared of the burn. This guy's Infiltrator. And then this guy's just going to be pivoting, but we can like protect on their first impression. We can protect this guy, what this guy goes for. And I think Weezing and Goodra are both kind of set up fodder. Excuse me. Well, I think leading Gengar seems pretty good in this one. All right, they lead Goodra. Safest thing would be Jirachi, but they could also just knock us off. Terra fighting Focus Blast might kill him. Or just would Focus Blast just kill him if they're not like Assault Vest? Say they're just a bulky attacker. Oh, we need a Terra. Jirachi would be nice to have for this thing. So I kind of just want to Focus Blast. We do die to Draco or Knockoff, potentially. But, all right, we crit them. They're Assault Vest. All right. Well, it's pretty good to know, though. And that we hit. I just more wanted to hit. The crit's nice, though, for sure. I didn't want to lose leftovers on Jirachi yet. Now we can Focus Blast again and kill them, maybe? I don't think there's an Assault Vest set on here. Goodra. Oh, there it is. Assault Vest. So Focus Blast now will do... Oh, it could kill. Yeah, we'll go for one more. Nice job, Gengar. All right, in comes Noivern. I think we go Jirachi now. Flamethrower, not cool, man. Well, throwing off a Body Slam would be the most punishing thing. Stealth Rocks could be nice too, though. But I think we just Body Slam. Yeah. I didn't expect Taunt, to be honest, but yeah, now that they see Body Slam, they're not going to want to stay in, probably. Probably go Weezing, maybe. And Taunt, I think that's like only used on their super supportive set, but their Flamethrower did a lot, so I think they're like offensive. I could switch into Rotom on their Weezing, but I mean, they could also switch into like Terrakion, I don't know, randomly. right, we get a para. And now I think we go Rotom just because we can pivot and we resist their fairy move. Like Volt Switch. In comes Noivern. Oh, and they're Frisk. They're not Infiltrator. And our Cyclizar is slower than them, but... I think we're alright. Back into Jirachi. And... Body Slam again. Pop their balloon. Speed control. Nice. And we'll go Terrakion. This is actually really good speed control. I mean, we're checking the Noivern and we're paralyzing things. And now Suicune outspeeds everything besides the Noivern. Go Chestnut. They get up rocks. I think we'll click Knockoff on the Noivern, maybe? Or the Slitherwing? Even Gardevoir. This does get a justified boost if we hit them with that, but... I don't think they're staying in. All right, they trace the Bulletproof. We get rid of their Scarf. Specs. Well, that's pretty good. And we already saw Jirachi took like nothing from Shadow Ball, so... Jirachi is nice for their Noivern, though. Huh. I don't think we want to sack Gengar, because actually Gengar could come out and revenge kill this. Is there something else we would rather sack? I could go Rotom and Rapid Spin. Or Cyclizar and Rapid Spin. I think we want to keep this for these things. Rotom is like a nice mid-ground versus this and this. Cyclizar doesn't really stop anything. I don't know. I'm just going to go into it in Rapid Spin. I think we're not going to die. Oh wait, they can spin block with Weezing. But if they do that, then we go Suicune, so. Woo! They don't have Infiltrator. They can taunt, but... Hopefully we can 2-hit KO with a burn, maybe? Alright, no burn. Boom Burst. Oh, damn it. Alright, so they have a way to hit through our sub. So do they have Roost? Alright, well, they're dead. And then the taunt should wear off. And we outspeed everything. Gardevoir comes in. Trace our pressure. Gonna protect. Psyshock. Okay. We have Terra Dark for that. If we want. If I Calm Mind right now. Or I could just Scald instead of Calm Mind. Gardevoir has pretty good Spit F though. Can we even knock it out after, can we even 2-hit KO it after a Calm Mind? Oh, we could. +1/+1. And say they have Psyshock. Ooh, they could also, well, no, they're Specs. They could still have Healing Wish, but... Ooh, and it would 2-hit KO us though, with Psyshock. We could Terra Dark, but then we're weak to Slitherwing. We have Chestnut. I want to do it. Let's Calm Mind. Alright, then we're going to Protect. Alright, 46. I could Terra Dark sub. Or just Scald and then Terra Dark after. I think we just Scald. All right, we get the burn. How much does burn do? 6%. And their Side Shock did 30. We definitely protect. Then I could Terra Dark and click sub. That sounds pretty fun and aggressive, so let's do it. So now we're safe behind that. They die to burn. And they scoop it up. Let's go, Suicune! Well, I knew Suicune was good, but it's been unbelievable in every single game. Against this team, though, they look like they're up to something, and it could be pretty scary. They've got webs, and then they've got the Mousehold and Mimikyu, and Venomoth, Crawdons. All of these things are very threatening. Sandslash, I guess, is a spinner, maybe, or maybe it's some. Maybe it's offensive too. And then they do have, excuse me, tidy up in this too. Well, we're slower than Rabambi. Rotom can't be paralyzed, so Rotom doesn't seem bad. We could overheat into Volt Switch. Let's do that. Oh, and they just leave this. I think I'm just gonna do that. Whoops. I missed. Maybe they're sashed. Maybe this is a suicide lead, actually. I'm gonna go for it again. Ah, it is. Okay. So they get 2 hazards? Yeah. Okay. Well, Volt Switch. Let's do that. And then I like Cyclizar because we could pivot and outspeed everything besides for the Rabambi and break their Mimikyu's thing. So I think I'm going to do that. Can heal off damage. Click U-turn. And then we go... I mean, unless they also go right for the attack, Gengar could come out. And Gengar might not do a whole lot unless we get it in like on something like this. Let's see. Shadow Ball kills them. Would Sludge Wave kill them? Sludge Wave would kill them too, which we'd rather go for because of the Mousehold. Oh wait, they have Shadow Snake. Oh yeah, and we're dead to that. All right. Glad I didn't switch in again card yet. Wait, if we Terra Fighting, are we dead? We're not. Could Terra Fighting. Wouldn't be terrible. Or we go into Rotom, but we're slower than them. Jirachi actually outspeeds them too. Gengar sounds fun, but then we have to use our Terra. And versus Mousehold, we have Chestnut. Chestnut for Crawdon. Rabambi, we have Jirachi. Venomoth, we have Jirachi. You know what? Sure. Hopefully they Swords Dance. Alright, now we're gonna tear... Oh, wait. I didn't calc it with a boost. Now we're still dead. Man, alright, so if I was Terra Dark, we would live. Alright, so what should I have done? Gone Rotom? Probably. Because, I don't know, then I could at least Volt Switch. We're not going to get any damage on them right now. We're going to lose Gengar. I guess I could go Chestnut and let them take a little bit of damage, but I want to keep Chestnut healthy for those. Well, I'm just going to click Sludge Wave and die. Oh, they're disabled. Okay. And Suicune is slower than them. I could go Jirachi and click Iron Head. I think Jirachi Iron Head. but I did want Jirachi for those. But we could also just flinch them down. Do I Terra just in case we don't flinch? It's not 100%. We also just knock them out unless they Terra too. So I think this is fine. I don't think we Terra. And Gengar, I mean, Gengar could have been okay, but like, oh, thank God. All right. Both of this thing can one-shot it. This thing outspeeds it. This thing can set up on us. And Rabambi could kind of set up on us too. Versus this, do I just click Stealth Rock and then maybe Encore? Or do I go hard Chestnut? I think I'm gonna Stealth Rock. All right. That didn't work out. All right, they're choice banded. All right, now we will click Body Press. Okay, cool. Are they sashed on this? All right, so we'll just recover. We're slower than them. All right. I haven't lost yet. This guy's gonna be a problem though. It's got, what does it have? It has Tinted Lens, Psychic Move, Bug Move, Quiver Dance. Must have leftovers, right? I think we want to get rid of those and hopefully they don't attack us. Oh, we crit them. Well, that works. Now, if I Terra Ghost, I resist possibly everything, but they could have Morning Sun. I think they do have Morning Sun. I don't know. Hopefully they don't. Okay, we're not doing enough, yeah. All right, we go Cyclizar. Rapid Spin. And now, what does the most? Draco? Probably, even though they have boosts. All right. Morning Sun, Quiver Dance. Oh yeah, and Tinted Lens will make it so they still hit our Suicune. How much did Rapid Spin do? 26. I'm gonna Rapid Spin again. Oh! Nice. All right. I didn't think we'd be faster for sure there. All right, this guy comes out. I think I just Rapid Spin again. We don't 2-hit KO. But Rotom should be able to live any hits, I think. Bug and Fairy. Draining Kiss. Go Rotom click. Have they Terra'd? They haven't Terra'd. So do I click Nasty Plot just in case? I'm playing Nasty Plot just in case. All right, in comes this guy. I'm gonna go Chestnut. And then we'll click Knock Off. I don't know if we kill though. Wait, we don't kill. We still have our helmet. Oh yeah, we didn't get it. We didn't lose it because they died. All right, and then it'll just be Last Mon, Rabambi, Hard Rotom. Suicune didn't even come out in this one. Then we click Nasty Plot. And then click Overheat. Did they not Terra? Oh, they did Terra just a second ago. I forgot. I don't know if I should have Nasty Plotted there. I was thinking they could beat us with a Terra. I probably should have just clicked Overheat. Well, I think that's a good one to call it on. I think we got a good amount of games. And Suicune was really, really good in all 4 of or all of the games except for the last one. I think 4 or 5 games, Suicune, I think won and they forfeited. So it was pretty good. And then the last game, it was a little bit scarier because they had a pretty aggressive, like hyper offensive team. So Suicune wasn't as great, but I think that makes sense. It's better against like bulkier stuff, but I think I maybe could have done something with it if I made different decisions. But overall, the team was really good. Rotom was really nice. I think it was probably the best pivot. And then Cyclizar was a nice spinner if we needed it, though I think almost every game we didn't spin, and they only got rocks up and it wasn't too bad. Jirachi was also very good. Gengar was an awesome attacker, choice specs. Also, we surprisingly ran into another one. I don't know how common specs Gengar is, but we did run into another one. And then Chestnut was nice as always with the Suicune. So if you're interested in trying out the team, I'll put a Pokepaste in the description. It was a lot of fun. And Suicune, you know, I think we made a lot of friends today. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next one. Peace.